Hi, next up is Paul Green from Milestone Systems. Paul has 16 years experience in the security industry with a keen focus on CCTV and video management. Paul's been involved in high-profile projects such as Leicester City, the current league champions, and Dublin Institute of Technology.
Okay. Thanks, David. Thanks, guys. Thanks very much to everyone who's been involved in setting this up as well. A really good attendance, so it's great to see so many faces here at the Aviva Stadium, this is my first visit, so it's really good to actually see the stadium. Looking forward later on to going on the tour as well. So I'm a big football fan. I'm sure a lot of you here are as well, and I know England haven't been able to come to Dublin for a long time, so I was really looking forward last year when we managed to get a game here and we played out that really exciting 0-0 draw. And obviously we went on to the Euros, both Ireland and England did, so it was great to see Ireland there, and I enjoyed cheering you on, and watching you beat Italy and be really unlucky against France, but it was good to see him there. It was good to cheer Ireland on. I'm sure a lot of you were cheering England on as well when we played out against Slovakia, a 0-0 draw, and got beat by Iceland. So. But yeah, I'm here to talk to you about open platform in the video marketplace. So, Milestone Systems, as an introduction, we are a VMS manufacturer. We're the #1 VMS manufacturer worldwide. We got that checked again earlier in the year by IHS. And we are the global leader for open platform video management software. So, what is the market that we sit in? Video surveillance, and we all know video surveillance, it's been around a long time, it's developed and diversified, and it is a necessity. So some of the things there that we all know traditional security for are required day in, day out across multiple sites that we all work on every day, including employee asset management, border protection, crowd control, emergency response, and city surveillance. So really some very important things that we all get involved in our industry every day. So we do protect people and assets, including the access that the guys have been talking about already, safe working conditions, corporate accountability, and legal compliance. It means that video surveillance, whilst traditionally is a very security-focused entity, we're also going to talk to you a little bit about where we diversify and which other markets that we move into as well with video. Yeah, so we're in a growing IP surveillance market, and some of these figures are really good to see, obviously, for all of us working in the industry. In 2015, there was $6.6 billion of IP cameras sold into the marketplace, and 1.6 billion analog cameras, and we can see the shift. So 2020, the expectation of where we're moving. So we're all in a good industry, so hopefully we can continue to make a few quid out of it for the next few years. But that information there is, again, it comes from the IHS on the video surveillance market. And the growth in 2015, 52 million IP camera devices, and 168 million is the expectation in 2020, which is a CAGR growth of 26%. So what are some of the trends within IP surveillance? And again, it's about how we use video, forgetting security for a moment, how we use video in our day-to-day lives. So there is much more of an advanced integration of security and safety functions, so a lot of functions of job functions as well, using video for things outside of security. A much higher demand for integrating business systems with video, a desire to improve business processes through video integration, so even things like processes in manufacturing and lots of other applications like that. Increasing amounts of data, so we know, I'm sure a lot of you'll remember back when DVRs first came into the market, we had very little storage, and then it was a company called DM brought out a 320 gigabyte hard drive, and we were all thinking it's the next best thing. But you know, now there's plenty of systems with teras and terabytes of data that we're using because of the way that video is moving, because of the quality of the video that we can work with today. So how can we do more with advanced IP video? So we can centralize operations, bringing everything back to one location, making it much easier for companies, organizations, security managers, other people within organizations to access the capabilities of what we can do. And it helps us design intelligent security systems, you know, intelligence in how cameras go through the way that the systems are put together. You know, for places like stadiums like this, a very different way of putting together a video system today as it was, you know, a number of years ago because of IP video. Making the most of existing resources, of course, and utilising storage effectively with some of the advancements that are still happening again today. So beyond security, security, again, still very important for video. So we can use security to detect fraud, to prevent theft, to investigate accidents, to address vandalism. But how about using video for retail? Not just for security, but what about marketing people and store merchandising people to improve store layouts, how we shop, looking at where we shop, how they can get more money out of us. Because it's very easy for them to do that online because the data's all there, the data, everyone knows where we click and what we buy. But in a retail physical store, it's very difficult to do. So can we use video and video analytics to assist with that? Monitor wait times, improve store efficiency at till positions, plan resources, and like I said, they even study customer behaviour, how we shop, where we go, how we can, how we move around different locations. We've done some nice applications with wildlife, tracking animals and fish migrations to prevent poaching and studying behaviour. So again, outside of traditional uses of video, much different ways of using the technology. Traffic management, so providing accurate data for commuters, optimising traffic flow, understanding patterns, and ANPR, as we all know as well, is a great tool for working into this area of video. Building management, so again, controlling access, converging systems and bringing building management systems into video and using video for a number of different things. Manage parking, it's up there, study wear and tear on buildings, and implement energy saving measures across the number of different things that have to happen in a building. Environmental, we've done systems that study forest conditions using video for fires or to prevent fires, to set up weather cameras, so monitoring different weather in different environments, and to oversee coastal regions for different reasons as well. And emergency response, that's one that's much more aligned to security, and for some of the reasons that we can use emergency response with video as well. So why an open platform? I think lots of things that we do in our everyday lives are being more open, but in video, an open platform management system is really important because it's the glue, it's the bit what sits in the middle that enables everything else to work into it and around it. So we have a bit of software which sits in the middle as a video management software that can connect into different types of storage, work into network infrastructure. We work with over, and a lot of open platform manufacturers do, thousands of different IP cameras that are available on the marketplace. We can pull in old technology like analog video, POS integrations, some great advancements in video analytics that we can work into our system. Of course, access control integration, and monitor detection, perimeters and things like that. And this is a typical ecosystem, which is how we see the future of video management. So we've got over 50 components that work into our product: servers, storage and network, software integrations such as access control, video analytics and PSIM, IP cameras. We've over 5,000 now actually devices which can sit on an open platform architecture. And then additional, other things that come into our systems like audio, perimeter sensors and detectors, and things like that. So it really gives that freedom to ensure that what you're doing, obviously it's an open platform system, what sits in the middle, but it opens it out to much more capabilities with all the advancements which are here today and in the future. Actually, I had a presentation by a guy when I joined the company. This guy from Denmark, he ran a town centre, and he stood up in front of about 400 Milestone employees and told this story about why he uses an open platform. And it was really interesting. He had one town centre in the north of Denmark, very small town, and he decided on an open platform product. And he fast forwarded to 10 years later, and 10 years later he still had the same Milestone fundamental open platform product in his central station, but he ran 5 different town centres, all coming back to one central location, and doing things with his system today that were not even invented 10 years ago, things like video analytics that wouldn't have been capable with something like an end-to-end solution. So it does offer that value over time because of that ability to grow and develop with the system, rather than being stuck to what you bought, all them years ago. Which can lead you into proprietary prison. So, an end-to-end solution could mean that something that's great, today in 2016 might not be as relevant in 2026. So, during that time, you're going to have to reinvest and change your system. So I just wanted to show a couple of reasons why open platform works, and these are companies that produce products outside of Milestone but work into an open platform system. So this is a video analytic product. So you can see on the left hand side the guy's being tracked in the red, and we're auto tracking him then using a technology to get a better close-up view of what's going on there. And this is an integration which sits into an open platform. It's actually an Axis product. Steve, I'd be happy to know.
I feel like you're stealing some of my
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry. So this is another. This is by a partner called Briefcam. Some of you may know. What's happening there on the left-hand side is it's showing that the video over time brought into one display. So hours and hours of footage all being displayed at the same time. So, and what you can do then is like it's saying on the left-hand side, it's just showing objects which stay in the place for more than 10 seconds. Everything else it takes out, we're not interested in it. So it enables security managers to find video, find evidence much more quickly than what they've ever been able to do previously. And on the right-hand side, now we're using the same video footage over the same length of time, but all we're showing is objects which follow a defined path. So in this case, going from left to right. I just wanted to put that up because we're in a stadium today, so we've done lots of stadiums, and stadiums fit an open platform really well because of the diverse nature of what occurs in stadiums. So today, at this location, there's things happening. We're all here, but maybe at the weekend there's a match on and there's 50,000 people attending. So the needs change very, very quickly, and an open platform video management system can adapt and ensure that they get what they need out of the requirements of the day-to-day running of the locations. So what else can we do with an open platform? So things like smart wall, situational content, so having a control room, probably in something like a location like this, where we can pull in a number of different cameras live. We can monitor alarms, we can monitor maps. We can, because of advances, you know, like just Google Maps, we can pull into an open platform system and display what we need to on that and manipulate it how we want to interactively. Pull in websites and still images, and you know, everything comes into one system and one location now, rather than running multiple different different products to get the same result. Some advancements in technology mean that we can now do hardware decoding. So you know, one of the problems has always been capacity to be able to display a really high quality video system, and we're catching up now with advancements in resolution. You know, there's many 4K cameras out now, so now we can use technology in the hardware to be able to display that video much cleaner and better, and do more and display more without seeing video jitter and the other things that can come with IP. This is when I was supposed to tell you about the Denmark guy, but that's basically what he did with his open platform system, using the features over time. So you can see in 2007, we introduced lots of different advances in the product, in the open platform. Moving on through the years, using the same fundamental open platform system, we've introduced all of these different things into the product. And the same product that people use in 2007 to 2015 or 16. Now, a lot of these might not be relevant for users, but a lot of them will be. And that just shows the power of using open platform over time. So what else can we do? So license plate recognition. So now we can pull in lots of different things like access control, license plate recognition, transactional information into the smart wall. So rather than running different systems and going to different databases, we pull it all into one video management system. So all of the data's saved in the open platform. We can search on the data. We can search on different things that go through the LPR system. But what we're doing, which is the big thing, is of course linking it to video. So at that time that plate come through that position, we can see exactly what happened very quickly. Am I allowed to show this as well? So this is an access camera running through the Milestone system for LPR. So you can see, even with all the light, with the low light in the facility, the light's coming at the camera, we can very clearly pick up the plate. We can store that in the Milestone platform, and you can search on it. Really simple, really good quality. We can pull in transactional information. So more for retail in EPOS systems. You probably remember the old cash scan systems where it displayed the text on the video. So this is pulling that into a video management system, but doing much more with it. So now, because it's transactional data, we can store the video and the transactional data together and link them to the video at the same time. So what it means, rather than just having to scroll through all the video, we can now search for transactions, search for specific products, search for specific values, and instantly link it to video. And just because it's data, we call it transact and use it as an EPOS typical system, but also we can use data from the likes of logistics, data companies that are tracking maybe parcels and other things that are not necessarily an EPOS system, but where we want to take the data in and be able to search on that data. Protect access. So again, our access control module works in a similar way. So the access control module sits as another icon in your video management system and enables you to work with the video and the access at the same time. So someone presents at a door, an ACT door, of course, hits the access. That data then goes into the video management system. It's all stored in there. It can be manipulated and managed from there, but then links it immediately to the video that's represented to it. So it's instant. There's no question that that's what happened at that time. So you can see who went through the door and all the other things that go with that access control. A little bit about how it works. So There's the VMS using the video. The X-Protect access control module sits within that, and we use the plug-in then to control the events in our own management client, and then the access control system all comes back then into the video management system, so we can show it then in the smart client. So that's our video system. There's all the events or the alarms that are coming in, and there we're linking it straight to video. Very simple, very easy to do, and that's it in a better representation. So we're showing the video, we're showing the credentials, and then we can even have the locations on an interactive map as well. I wanted to mention this because it is a transition. So using an open platform IP system, of course there's a lot of legacy analog in the UK and in Ireland as well. We've got a very traditional marketplace, so there's still a lot of analog in the marketplace. And an open platform enables you to work with analog very easily. We can use encoders. Many manufacturers make encoders now that can transfer video into an open platform system. And what it enables is long-term growth or migration from an analog to an IP system. Use the encoders and build it up into IP over time. So not necessarily cutting out your complete analog system and spending a lot of money. The budgets might not be available. Work it in over time, get your system in place, and add to it as the budgets become available. We have a number of different ways of accessing video now, whether it be from a PC, from a tablet, from a mobile. We have a really nice mobile client that works back into the open platform system that enables you to be on a phone, and we could even push video back from a mobile device into the video system back at the central station. So reverting the video from the field, from a security guard, back to a central location for it to be reviewed, monitored, actioned. Interconnect, this is a typical system architecture of a multi-site application using an open platform video system. So you've got at the top your central site, central surveillance system, and then we've got all these different types of applications. So this might be the head office, this might be the small stores, this might be the distribution warehouse, and what open platform software enables you to is just use what's relevant for each site. So it might be 5 cameras here with a small, small NVR product, and then it might be a really high-end corporate enterprise system here that all comes back to one remote location. And then just some of the things that are offered as part of the open platform. So professional services, this is probably good for you guys. I mean, we've got a professional services team, free to access, that can assist with a lot of different things. But one of the major things is the global bid desk. So this, we can take out tenders, put them into the global bid desk team, and we can put together a really nice proposal on the back of what are the history that we've got in doing that. We can take information out of tenders and manage it into what video management system is required, and present that back in a really nice way. So it helps us to understand tenders which are put together, and for no cost, put a nice package together that you can represent back to clients and customers. We also have e-learning, which may be useful. It is obviously based around Milestone, but it's a really nice way of just going on and getting some small certifications on Milestone, but on open platform video, really, just how it's used. There's lots of different ones on there. Go on and have a look yourselves if you're interested in doing some e-learning. And we also have an experience centre over in Reading in England that's very, very welcome to utilise if you've got any projects that you're working on that you'd like to show off an open platform video centre. And yeah, that's my presentation. Thanks very much.